Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today in this video, I would be implementing a road network design project in C++, and basically we would be using the Kruskal's algorithm, which comes under the greedy approach to achieve this. This would be a sequence of videos which I would be making. In this video, I would be covering basically what the project actually is, and I would be creating a readme for the same, so that if someone visits my GitHub profile, then they are able to see and determine what the project actually does and how they can use it. So let me give you a little bit of overview on what the project is actually about, and then we would start by making the readme. Uh, Before I start, I would like to request you to please follow me on my different social accounts. For example, my GitHub at Sarthak Many, my Twitter account at Sartweets, and my LinkedIn account at Sarthak Many. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I would like to give is a little overview on the project. What my project is basically uh, we have a set or a sequence of cities. Now I want to find a network of roads in such a way. I want to build a network of roads in such a way that it costs minimum. The cost of making these roads is minimum, and I am assuming that as the length of the roads increases, the cost of making those roads is going to increase. So what I am going to do here today is that I am going to take a sequence or a set of uh, cities, and I am going to select a set of roads out of all the possible roads which could be used or actually made to connect all these cities together in a way that it costs me minimum to make these roads. So basically that is our project. If you are not able to understand the project with this overview, no need to worry, I would be explaining this further in this video only. So the title is Road Network Design. The algorithm used is Kruskal's algorithm, which comes under the greedy approach, and the language being used in this project is C++. To view the coding implementation of the project, please refer to the next video, as I would be only covering the README file part of the project today. So let's get started. Firstly, let's go to the repository I have already created, which is named as Road Network Design. Here it is. And I have also initialized a README here, which is empty. And I would be editing this README file in this video. So let's start. So the first thing I'm going to write here is the title of the project. So the title here is Road Network Design. Okay. Now the algorithm used here is Kruskal's algorithm. Great. The approach being used here is the greedy approach, and the programming language in which we would be implementing this project is C++. And I would also be using a tool known as GraphViz to visualize the graph which would be created as an output to the program. So please refer to the next videos in order to see the implementation of the same. Okay. Now, what is the objective of the project? So let's see the objective of the project. Objective of the project. So uh, The objective of the project, objective of this project is to design a road network that efficiently connects various locations in a given area using the Kruskal's algorithm to make a minimum spanning tree. Okay. Now, next, what can I write? This project aims to create a cost-effective road network uh, that connects all locations with the minimum possible cost. So this is the objective of the project. The objective of this project is to design a road network that efficiently connects various locations in a given area using the Kruskal's algorithm to make a minimum spanning tree. This project aims to create a cost-effective road network that connects all locations with the minimum possible cost. Okay. The methodology. I think this is a little repetitive, but I'll look into it later. So, what is the methodology? The methodology here is the project will begin by identifying the various locations in the area and representing them as vertices of of in a weighted graph. Okay, uh, the roads between the locations will be presented as edges in the graph, and uh, the weight of each edge will represent the cost of building a road between two locations. Okay. Then uh, mm, next uh, next a minimum Kruskal's algorithm will be applied to the graph to find the minimum cost, minimum spanning tree, or the minimum, let's say the minimum cost tree uh, that connects all the locations. Okay, uh, the what am I doing? The minimum spanning tree will be a subgraph of the original graph that connects uh, that connects uh, all the vertices or or rather that contains uh, all the vertices but has the minimum possible total weight. Okay. Uh, Once the minimum spanning tree is obtained, it will be used to design the road network. The, the I'll have to look into the formatting a little bit, but it's okay for now. The minimum spanning. I'm using this word a lot. I should just copy this thing. Minimum spanning tree will represent the roads that should be built. The vertices will represent the locations where the roads should be connected, and to show the path clearly, we are using a tool called graph viz as far as I remember, and using as well as the spelling of graph viz I'll have to look into, and using uh, file handling to shift the output of the C++ program to what's the extension for graph viz file. What was the extension? Dot, yeah, dot. It was dot. So, uh, to the file with dot extension. Okay. Now, with extension. Okay. Now, what's the expected outcome? Expected outcome. The expected outcome of this project is to uh, build, is to design a road network that connects all all locations in a given area with the minimum possible cost. Okay, uh, the road network will be efficient and cost effective, ensuring that people and goods can move around the area with ease. Okay, so that's good. Let me preview this for a bit. Uh, yeah, I want to put break in this. So let me just put a break in this. So put a break. I would be just adding the BR line. If there is a better way to put a break in Markdown, please let me know below. Uh, I can also bold bolden this as well. Uh, what's this? Some, let's see what is happening. I'll look into it soon. This I have done. Methodology I have created, and the expected outcome I have written. Okay, so I should add a flow chart now, and this I'll just look into this. This is something which I did not expect. Flow chart. Okay, I'll be making the flow chart in MS Paint. So before I do that, I should just correct this. How can I correct this? Uh, let's make the flow chart first. Uh, and so what I want is something like this. I'll look into this. Something is wrong with this. I'll look into this. Okay. So let me first create the flow chart and I'll look into that later. The flow flow chart flowchart represents the various steps uh, of the project. I don't know what's happening over here, but I'll look into it. It isn't a big deal. Let me just create the flowchart first. Okay. So what's happening over here? Something like this. Text. uh, text. Okay. So what do I want to write? Firstly, I will uh, implement the Kruskal's algorithm to find out a minimum spanning tree where our nodes are the cities and the edges are our roads. Next, I am going to use file handling. Use file handling to uh, shift the output of the terminal to a dot file. I would be doing this in a manner that the output matches the dot file format according to GraphViz, and I would be pushing that output to the dot file via file handling from the terminal. So that would be what I would be doing. So basically, the output stream for the output of the program C++ program would be my dot file. Okay, so I have done this, and after that, I would be use graph this to generate the graph. So this is the flowchart, and let me draw arrows on this. Here are the arrows, and here is the arrow. Now I can just uh, take a screenshot of this, and then I can paste it over here. So it should be visible to me over here. Yeah, awesome, awesome. That's amazing. Now this I'll look into. I'll look into this. This is something I have to look into. I can just rewrite this. I don't have to like think much about this. Or rather, what I can do here is strong, and here also I can put strong. Instead of using Markdown, I'll use a little bit of HTML. Yeah, that's good. Now, what else can I do? Flowchart is implemented. Okay. Now, what is the conclusion? Let's see the conclusion. The conclusion. This is. hmm, This is. I don't know why this is happening, but conclusion. So I'll deal with it in a different way. So I'll just write it in the notepad and then copy it. Road network design using minimum spanning tree is a graph theory approach that can be used to design a cost effective uh, road network that connects various locations in an area, uh, the, the approach ensures that all the locations uh, are connected with the minimum possible cost, resulting in an efficient road network that benefits the community. Okay. So I think this is good enough. I'll just copy paste this over here and let's look at the result. Road network design, the objective, the methodology, expected outcome, flowchart, and conclusion. So I think this has turned out pretty well. And let me just commit the changes. So uh, yeah, I think this is good enough. Commit changes. What should I? I would be using this naming committing convention to uh, to basically make the commits. So the for update commit, I have to use the update type, okay, and emoji. I would be adding emojis. Okay, so I am move merge conflicts. Uh, Update documentation. Yeah, this looks like a good one. So I would be using the pencil one. Okay. So update readme is pencil and type is my uh, type is docs. Type is docs and the title is update readme.md and then basically I have to write update readme.md. So I think this is good enough. I'll be directly committing to the master branch because this is my own repository. But if it is someone else's repository, I would recommend you to make a new branch and then create a pull request. It would be beneficial to you. So I am committing the changes. This looks good to me. Am I missing anything? Subject emoji. Yeah. Okay, this looks good to me. Commit changes. Okay, so I am happy with my work over here. Road network design, objective, expected outcome, flowchart. Yeah, that's great. So I have uh, made the README file, and this is what we would be covering in our project. So that's all for this video. If you did like the content, please follow me for more content. And if you by chance didn't like the content, please comment down below why you didn't like the content or what I can improve in my content as I am starting out with this YouTube channel. So so improvements would be highly appreciated. Thank you very much for sticking around. Until next time, see you.